Hello, I'm Stephanie, and this is Butters, my yoga partner. Welcome to my home. So this practice today is a part of my series Awakening. And today's practice is full moon yoga, specifically the Scorpio full moon yoga. While this was recorded, whether you're watching this a year from now or not, it was recorded during a Scorpio full moon. So Scorpio full moon is all about healing and renewal energy. And so that is what this practice is going to be focused on today. So before we begin, I want you to really think and start setting intentions for this practice. I want you to think about what you're doing in your life on a project or relationship or whatever. What are you doing in your life that's working for you? And then what isn't working? What is something that you could be releasing or refining to work better for you? And so again, that's all about renewal and healing. And so just be thinking about that while we're practicing. Maybe you already have something specific in mind. And just bring that in with you because that's what this energy today is all about. Also, I wanted to let you know that for every series I do, I create a custom playlist on Spotify. And the custom playlist is down in the description box. So you can hit that link and you can play that music that I've put together to set the tone for this class and just to get us in the right vibe. So that is down below. So think about those intentions and let's go do some full moon Scorpio yoga. So we're going to begin in mountain pose. So bring your feet hip width distance apart. Maybe spread your toes a little bit wider as you root down. Really engage your thighs and your glutes. Suck in your belly so your abs and your core are strong. And roll your shoulders back. Your chin is here in neutral. And your hands are at your sides. Go ahead and close your eyes. Feel how strong you are. Maybe smile to yourself. On our next deep inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, let your arms just float down to your side. Let your chin float down to your chest. Inhale, reach up, looking up at your hands. And exhale, let your arms float down. Inhale, reach up again. And this time, create a steeple grip with your hands. Breathing in, really lengthening your spine and growing tall. Bump your hip to the left and reach up and over to the right. Just giving yourself a nice side stretch here. Inhale, coming back to center. And then as you exhale, bumping your hip to the right and reaching up and over to the left. Breathing into your right rib cage. Inhale, coming back to center. And when you bring your arms down, bring them down to a cactus bend like this. Really pressing your heart forward. Bring your legs a little bit wider on your mat and then point your toes to the corner edges of your mat. And then bend your knees slightly into goddess pose. Maybe sway from side to side here if you're comfortable. Maybe alternating, standing on your toes. Bringing your heels up just gently. Good. Coming up, straightening your legs. bringing your toes to the long edge of your mat, and then arms straight out, really tightening your glutes and your core here and finding that strength. It's such a simple pose, but boy, does it take a lot of strength to hold yourself like this. Smile and be thankful that your body can do this. Now take your right foot and point it to the shorter edge of your mat. Straightening your leg, reaching with your right hand, hinging at the hips, and then clocking your arms down, bringing the back of your hand to your shin and your back arm either straight up or resting on your hip, with your hand on your hip. Now bring your back arm down and bring your hands to the mat to frame your foot. Bring your back toes to face forward as well, and place your foot flat on the mat behind you. We're folding over our front knee. You can put your hands on your shins or on your thighs to create your pyramid. Deep breath in here, and as you exhale, bend your front knee generously, place your hands on the floor, and let your back leg gently fall to the mat. For a low lunge, find your balance in your front foot, and then once you find that balance, go ahead and sweep your arms up. You can stay here, or if you'd like to honor the full moon yoga, we can do a crescent lunge here for crescent moons. Just reaching back, engaging your glutes, focusing on balance, and then bringing your hands back down to frame your foot. Use your back foot to bring up your leg. As you start to come up, bring your right elbow to your right thigh. And then press your chest forward, really pressing your heart forward. You can reach up, you can keep your hand on your hips, or you extend up and over for an even deeper stretch here. Now press into your front foot and bring yourself back up for star. So your toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Your core is really engaged here as your arms are out wide and you're holding up your body. Now bring your left foot to point towards the front of your mat. Bending your knee, bring your left elbow to your thigh, and you can keep your hand at your hip, or bring your back hand up, straight up, or up and over for a deep stretch. Really breathing into that right rib cage. Now come up, and we're going to pivot. Go ahead and bring your hands to the mat, drop your back leg, finding balance in that front foot. Once you find balance, go ahead and sweep your arms up for low lunge. And if you would like to, go ahead and take a crescent lunge. Coming back up, bring your hands down to frame your foot. Bring your back leg up. And coming up, straighten that front leg. Bring your back of your hand to your shin and bring your back arm up. Go ahead, hinging at the hips, bring yourself back up. Bring your toes to the long edge of your mat. Engage your core. Your arms are spread wide. Now point your toes to the corners of your mat. Hands up high. And as you bend your knees into a gentle squat, bring your arms, bend them down into cactus, pressing your heart forward. Let's just do another little sway here, loosening up, swaying back and forth. Now we're going to bring our feet together. And as you do so, reach up with your hands. Steeple grip with your hands. And this time, we're going to bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And then bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. And as you exhale, let it all float down, coming back into mountain. Just take a pause here for a moment, enjoying your mountain. At any time in this practice, you can come back to mountain if you need a pause, or you can take a child's pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bending your knees forward, fold. Placing your hands either on the floor or on your elbows, maybe swaying side to side, taking a nice forward fold here. Crown facing the floor. Bend your knees generously and place your palms on the ground. And then bring your feet back. And you're going to draw your hips up for downward facing dog. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit. Walk your hands out a little bit. Crown facing the floor. Good. Bring your knees to the floor. And go ahead and take your favorite version of child's pose here. Take a pause and relax. When you're ready, come up, bring yourself up, and find tabletop position. Nice neutral spine here. Oh, maybe sway your hips back and forth just a little bit. Maybe you're listening to music. You can sway with the beat. Just focusing on being present here with your body in this moment. Coming to stillness, breathing in, drop your belly, heart forward, eyes forward. Exhaling into cat, rounding through the spine, bringing your belly button up, chin to chest. Exhale into cow, very slowly, heart forward, belly dropped. And just find some movement and rhythm in this cat-cow at your own pace for just a few moments. Good. Come to a neutral spine. Now you're going to kickstand your left leg, or whichever leg you prefer, really. So bring it to the side of your mat. So kind of coming off the mat, bringing it to your side, like this. And you're going to put your weight into your hand on the floor as you bring your body up into a side angle position. Your back foot can be flat on the floor and reaching up and over. For side plank. If you'd like to take the full side plank, if that's in your practice, you can do that as well. I call this side plank with kickstand. Like your one leg is supporting you. And bringing everything back down, back to tabletop. Go ahead and kickstand your leg on the other side, adjusting your balance in your hand and your arm, and then drawing your side up for a side angle here. You can bring your back hand up, straight up, or up and over. Or you can take the full side plank here. Really feeling that nice deep stretch here in your side, from your toes all the way to your hands. And coming down to tabletop. Go ahead and sit down on your mat, finding easy pose so your legs are crossed. Just taking a moment to pause, catch our breath. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, twisting gently, twisting naturally to your right. You can bring your arms down, bring them to heart center, wherever. With every breath, just make yourself a little bit taller. And every exhale, just a little micro twist, a little bit deeper. Just looking over our shoulder. This is really good for our digestive system. Just kind of squeezing it. Inhale back to center, bringing your arms up. And exhale, twisting to the left. And you can bring your arms down or to heart center. With every inhale, making yourself a little bit taller. And every exhale, just taking it just a tiny bit deeper. We're not forcing ourselves into an unnatural twist here. Just where your body's comfortable. Looking over your shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. And then you can gently let your arms float down. Okay, now bring your legs wide on your mat. Go ahead and move the meat from your sit bones. Inhaling making yourself really tall, rolling your shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, just slowly and gently walking your torso forward from the hips. Keeping your spine straight, not rounding or hunching over. So if you can only move about an inch, that's wonderful. Just work 1 inch at a time every day. Inhale here, release it a little bit. And when you exhale, just fold forward just a little bit. Very gentle. Now walk your hands over to your right, touching your right leg or your toes or your feet. Remember, we're not hunching over with our shoulders and our spine. So really straighten and lengthen your spine here. Good. Now walk your hands back to center. Breathe here at center. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Go ahead and touch your left leg or your foot or your toes. Maybe you could reach up if you're comfortable with that. Checking your spine and shoulders. Walking back to center. And then go ahead and walk your hands back. Coming to a neutral spine, sitting up. Good. Go ahead and bring your legs together. Feet are flat on the mat, knees are bent. Check your sit bones, maybe you need to pull some meat away. Hands on the back of the thighs. On your next inhale, really lengthen your spine. Press your heart forward and sit tall. With your exhale, lean back just a little bit, engaging your core for stability and strength. Breathing in, sitting up a little bit taller. Exhale, we're leaning back a little bit more. You can let go of your thighs if you wish and bring your arms in front of you. You really have to engage your core for this. If you're comfortable, you can start bringing up your legs if you wish. This is all where you're at in your yoga practice, where you're comfortable. Finding balance here. Your core is squeezed. You might be shaky like me. That's perfectly normal. Good. Now go ahead and release yourself down to the mat. Slowly and gently, maybe using that core the whole time so you can really slowly come down to the mat. Bring your knees together and bring your legs up into a kind of a reverse tabletop. So we're in tabletop, but the table is our legs. So your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Your arms are at your sides with your hands flat on the floor. Really squeeze your core. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently lower your legs down to your side. Bring your arms wide. Still hands flat on the floor. And look over your shoulder, the opposite shoulder where your legs are pointing. Really breathe in and lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, just gently, just a little bit, bring your knees a little bit lower without touching the ground. On your next inhale, really squeeze your core really good. And bring your legs back up to center. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So squeezing your core for stability. Look over your opposite shoulder and begin to lower your knees to the other side. Deep breath in your spine, making your back long. And as you exhale, bring your knees just a little bit lower, not much, but also not touching the floor if you can help it. Make sure your shoulders are both on the ground. Squeeze your core. Bring your legs back to center. Good job. Now bring your feet down to the floor with your heels at the base of your bottom. Hands down at your side, flat on the floor. When we inhale, we're going to squeeze our glutes. We're going to draw our hips up. So inhale, draw your hips up, and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Good. Keeping your glutes squeezed, really feeling that nice stretch in your lower back. This is so good for that. And then gently bring your hips back down to the floor. We're going to take that a little bit deeper this time if you wish, or you can take the one we just took, traditional bridge. Now we're going to bring our hands and lace our fingers underneath us. Inhale, glutes engaged, drawing our hips up and tucking our shoulder blades underneath us a little bit deeper. And then if you want to take it even deeper, maybe coming up onto your toes. Release your hands and exhale slowly back down to the floor. We're going to do that one more time. You can take either version, or if wheel is in your practice, you can take that instead. Whatever you're comfortable doing. So engage your glutes. Inhale, drawing your hips up. Keeping your gaze forward. Do not look from side to side. There's a lot of weight in your neck right now. Good. When you're ready, come back down to the floor gently. Just take a moment to catch your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Good. Bring your knees up to your chest and then spread your legs so that your knees are about to your armpits. And then go ahead and grab either your ankles or your feet or your toes, wherever you're comfortable reaching, and kind of bring your knees to your armpits as much as you can. Whatever's comfortable. And legs are spread kind of wide. And this is happy baby pose. Think about little babies who do this all the time, and they look happy. And at some point we stop doing this with our bodies, but our bodies do miss it. And so right now we're happy babies. Maybe stretch one leg to the side, and then maybe stretching the other to the side. Swaying back and forth if you're comfortable doing that. Just letting go and enjoying the moment, not taking ourselves too seriously. This feels good. When you're ready, bring your knees together and find your final resting pose. Maybe your legs are long in front of you. Maybe your legs are up a wall. Or maybe like me, your feet are wide and your knees are touching to protect your lower back. Bring your arms down by your side with your hands up, palms up. Just start listening to your breath. Listen to the ocean of your inhale, the sound of waves crashing. Crashing as you exhale. Finding the rhythm of the waves as your belly goes up with every inhale and down with every exhale. On your next exhale, relax your shoulders. On your next exhale, relax your brow and your jaw. Now relax your neck. I am holding this space for you to relax, to just be in the moment. You are more than welcome to stay here as long as you want or need to. I'm going to start bringing us back up, but you do not have to come up. You can stay where you are if you want. So begin to wiggle your toes. Maybe roll your ankles back and forth, stretch your toes. Wiggle your fingers and your wrists. Allow your eyes to flutter open. slowly. When you're ready, reach up and back behind you. Just one last deep stretch here. And roll over onto one side. And use your hands to push yourself up, coming to a seated position on your mat. Once you're in your seated position, take a deep breath in, reach your hands up, put your palms together, and then slowly bring your palms down, brushing your forehead and your nose and your lips, past your throat, and stopping at your heart. Have an affirmation for you. If you would like to, you can either follow along, repeating after me, or you can just listen and take it in. I welcome all that is now coming to me for my highest good. I look forward to clarity, peace, love, abundance, and positivity that are heading my way. I give thanks for the blessings I receive and rejoice in their wonder. Thank you for letting me share my practice with you today. It is an absolute honor. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. The world needs your light. So go shine on. Namaste.